I'm Gorilla Monsoon.
I'm Bobby the Brain Heenan.
And I have no idea what the hell we're doing here.
Does he ever?
Gene, we're recording a promo for a podcast.
What the hell is that?
It's a show where...
Promo, that's where you hype something.
Why don't you be serious?
He asked.
Oh, Heenan, damn it, I know what a promo is. What the hell is a podcast?
It's a show where people, they talk into microphones, usually from their house.
Naked, too.
Stop it.
So, why do they do that?
I'm not sure, really.
Definitely not for the money.
Oh.
You better believe it.
So, what's this one called?
Let me see. The Hot Tag Podcast.
Whoopee. Does anyone listen to this?
Well, I don't know. I'm sure
the government is testing it as an alternative to the chair.
Will you stop that? That's not nice.
Oh.
It's illegal in 11 states.
Quiet. And welcome to the Hot Tag Podcast.
They're not really naked, are they?
I certainly hope not.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Hot Tag Wrestling Show. I am Christy Francesco, or in some circles, I am Deadass D-Fran.
Deadass DeFran. And
joining me is George Rogers. George, what's going on, man? How are you?
You know, I'm good. I'm good, Chris. Christopher, I'm going to send you a little something here just so we can get your natural reaction on air. I just sent it to you via text message, so when you get it, you can open it, you can look.
I am.
Go from there. It's been a creative couple days for those of you who obviously are not with us at all times. So I get bored and I just fuck around on like ChatGPT for no reason other than I'm bored. There it is. That's Deadass.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been immortalized.
So
is this 2K25?
No, 2K24. I'm not done yet. I'm still messing around with everything, but there's a picture of Hogan going around from when he was in the NWO, and he's wearing the Yankees knit hat, and he's got the big sunglasses and the feather boa, and the meme is always that it's Deadass Hogan, and I don't get it, but I'm like, whatever, it's hilarious because the meme that Chris and I always send back and forth is it's like Deadass brother, I'm erect, because that's what the meme is with Hogan. So I took a picture of Chris and that picture and had ChatGPT morph them together. And the outcome was basically Chris with the hat and like the Hogan mustache and the feather boa. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to roll with it. So I've been calling him Deadass to Fran for the last couple of days. And since I had a little time today and really nothing to do, or at least tonight, I decided to create him on 2K24. There it is. Let me be dead ass with you, brother.
Let me be dead ass with you, brother. I mean, that's peak Hogan, in my opinion.
That's peak NWO.
Yeah, that's peak NWO, dude.
I mean, it's not as it's not as good as Hogan with the flannel and the Jenkos, but it's pretty close.
Just to let everybody know, this is if anybody wants to know how old we are this old.
You're damn right.
Yeah, cable box.
Damn right. Back when cable boxes were like no bigger than a cigar box.
Just crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Now they're the size of a DVD player. It's like, settle down, Comcast.
Wow. Wait, actually, I'm surprised that they still do that.
Someplace they still have like the big cable box.
Wow.
Some places have like the smaller ones. Have like a little small one. Like if you don't get the full digital package with all the channels, all the bells and whistles.
Okay. Wow. All right. All right, everyone. So we are here tonight, of course, to continue our Monday Night Wars recap. This week we are up to June 17th of 1996. We're getting closer and closer to the big pay-per-view. Which is, of course, the official debut of the New World Organization, as it was called that night. Then it was a New World Order. Then Hogan called it the New World Organization again, but still it ended up being the New World Order, of course. But yeah, we got a lot to cover again tonight. Again, for those who just, I had a couple questions as to how come our shows have been a little bit longer. It wasn't a complaint. It was a couple of the guys even said, I like that you have a longer show. I'm not necessarily too thrilled about going over an hour every week, but we knew this was coming because Monday Nitro is a 2-hour show now. Monday Night Raw. We still have some time before Monday Night Raw is a 2-hour show, but just to let everybody know, I mean, once we have both shows simultaneously going 2 hours, it's going to take a little bit.
And don't forget, at some point, Nitro is going to go to 3 hours too. So,
and that's when I check out.
and we're done, guys. The war is over. You'll never know how it ended. There was just too much wrestling for us to watch.
I was going to bring this up. Oh my God, 3 hours of Nitro. I was going to bring this up to you actually, but we could talk about it on the air because, you know, why the hell not?
Why not, right? What else are we doing?
Yeah, you're right. What else do we do? You're right. I think if you want to, I was actually thinking, I mean, we got a long way to go before we get to this point, but I do know that you and I discussed starting another series after this, which is covering the didn't we say we were going to start with the Ruthless Aggression era and cover like every Monday Night Raw and pay-per-view of that era? We were going to start in like 2002.
I think it was something along those lines.
Yeah. But I figured we can I truly think we could probably stop doing the Monday Night Wars once once 1999 hits. Because at that point, I mean, it just becomes a lopsided domination.
I mean, it's going to be a lopsided domination for 83 weeks.
That's a good point. I mean, that's a good point. So yeah, it's but yeah, we'll talk more about that. But I think once we get to like 1999, that's when like the wheels start to completely fall off of WCW. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see how we're doing, how we're rolling along. Again, we have a long time before we get to that point. But speaking of where the big boys play, we are going to start off this week with Monday Nitro. Did you guess it right, George?
No.
It's now officially going to be my favorite thing. So we're gonna.
You would think at this point I would just be smart and have 2 tabs open.
That's right. That's what I do. I have 2 tabs.
I'm not gonna. But no, I'm not gonna do this. Now it's just a matter of like beating you for 1 week. You're not gonna beat me for 83 weeks. I'll get it right at some point.
It's okay.
You rat shit.
Oh boy. All right, so we are here June 17th, 1996, and we are live from Richmond, Virginia. It's a packed crowd, man. This was a show where this
yeah, you're still a little bit in Flair country.
You are, and this crowd was hot for Monday Nitro. Your hosts are Tony Schiavone and Larry Zbyszko. They're now seated at the announcer's desk. Obviously to replace the quote unquote injured Eric Bischoff. We all know, and George, why is Eric Bischoff not here?
He had an accident.
That's correct.
He tripped and fell off the stage through a table.
Yeah.
Clumsy oaf.
The clumsy oaf. All right, we start this thing off. I mean, we had a pretty much of a banger to open up Nitro last week. Mm-hmm. This week, not so much.
The opposite of a banger.
The complete opposite. Stevie Ray versus Rick Steiner.
I think
George.
You know what? I think I just came up with a term, Chris.
Go ahead.
If we have a match that's really good, we'll call it a banger. If we have one that's shit, we'll call it a clanger.
That's a good idea.
We're clanging and banging over here.
It's 1997, George, and why is Stevie Ray having a singles match?
It's 1996. Stevie Ray.
96. I'm sorry, even worse. It's 1996.
Yeah, I didn't make it better.
No, you didn't. But it's true.
Listen, I enjoy Harlem Heat and I enjoy the Steiners. Yeah. I enjoy Booker T solo and Scott Steiner solo. Mm-hmm. I do not enjoy Stevie Ray solo, and I kind of enjoy Rick Steiner solo, but there's he didn't do much by himself. There's a reason. Scott was a little more talented and could kind of hold himself in a singles match. Rick was just kind of running around barking at turnbuckles.
That's right, like his son currently.
Yeah.
It's
the gremlin-faced dog.
Gremlin-faced dog. Gremlins 3 featuring starring Braun Breaker. So I was when I was when I was watching Nitro last week without knowing what was going to happen on this episode of Nitro, I was kind of afraid that we would get this train wreck the week after that incredible Booker T and Scott Steiner match last week. So I'm like, of course, my worst fears came to fruition when I turned this show on. And I was like, of course this is happening. We get later on, this match only lasted about 2 minutes and 15 seconds. After a little bit of offense by Rick, Stevie comes back with a power slam, but misses some ridiculous bullshit off the middle rope, and the Steiner line finishes him off. Wisely, this was booked to be pretty short, but I still don't understand why this is kicking off your show. Why this should have been the second match or the third match, George. What this crowd was amped for this match from start to finish. And but when you're watching it, if you watch it on mute, it's horrible. Why is this kicking off Monday Nitro?
They're unopposed in that first hour. Doesn't matter what they put on.
You're right. It does not matter. That's a good.
They don't have. They're unopposed until 9 o'clock. So they could put anything on, and it could be Larry Zbyszko taking a shit in the middle of the ring and then wiping with the turnbuckle pad.
That
people are gonna be
Dean's
segment. Here we go.
Yeah.
Meltzer will love it. He'll give it 5 stars.
Zabisco having doo-doo pants. Dean would have been all over it. So after the match is where the crowd really just gets amped because we see the Harlem Heat. Booker T comes out. They get a beat down on Rick. Scott comes out, sacrifices himself to save his brother. The crowd was just going nuts at that point. So, look, the match might have been bad, but they knew how to book it beyond that match. When the bell rung at the end, you get Booker out there, you get Harlem Heat and the Steiners in the ring. The crowd loved it. And look, it gets even better for them because next up is Disco Inferno versus Joe Gomez.
Why didn't this open the show?
The Desperado is finally here.
Fucking desperate. It feels like just eons of waiting for this legendary grappler to finally get his due, get his spot on primetime TV. The wrestling world will never be the same again.
I agree. And look, he gets the pin at 3 minutes and 30 seconds with a rollover for the greatest Nitro debut in history. I get him about 8 stars plus another star for the hair. Dude, what a debut for Joe Gomez. This was the shits.
I'm giving another star to Disco for just constantly checking his hair throughout the match. A real G doing his best.
A certified G.
Doing his best to look his best.
Yeah, that's right. My man Glenn Gilberti.
Meanwhile, but holy shit,
dude! I know. Oh, it's funny stuff, man.
Oh man.
Meanwhile, Mean Gene interviews Ric Flair in his newly expanded harem, thus beginning many long years of Deborah just never shutting the frig up.
Jeff Jarrett made sure to keep her in her place.
Yes, he did.
And then in a more unfortunate, realistic aspect, somebody else did too.
Oh, man, that's funny. Next match is pretty much probably the one of the top things that the crowd was here to see. Arn Anderson and Chris Benoit versus the American Males. Dude, there was a point in this match where Arn...
It's a main event anywhere.
I mean, especially in Richmond, Virginia.
In 1996.
Yeah, dude, there was a point in this match where Arn cut off a comeback and the place went nuts. You get the hot tag to Riggs later on, regardless, as there's, clear division in the crowd tonight. Nobody gives a shit if, Scotty Riggs or Buff Bagwell survives in life at this night. But Benoit suplexes Riggs on the top rope for that finish at 5:48. Probably should have been even more of a slaughter to really sell the return of the Horsemen. What did you think of this, man? The crowd made this so much better.
Crowd loves it. Crowd loves the Horseman.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't matter what Arn and Chris Benoit did. Like they were getting cheered nonstop. Like Arn could have sat there and like chopped off Buff's leg, and it would have the crowd would have just erupted. It's you know, and Chris Benoit, however, showing some real some real bruises there, some real marks on from that. Let's just say that was a shoot, brother.
That was
the previous night.
A shoot. It was.
Yeah.
It was a dandy. Next up, this just gets better and better for us. Big Bubba versus John Tenta. 1996.
Oh my God, we're eating good tonight, man.
We really are. Oh, that's so funny.
This is like getting a Papa John's pizza at this point.
Look.
Which means only Morgan enjoys this first hour.
Yeah, I know. We've got 82 more weeks now officially before, WWF takes over. But, the fact that we're taking over here with Big Bubba and John Tenta, who got longer than Rick Steiner and Stevie Ray, boy, this was what it was.
This is like the feud that will never end, that never should have started.
I know. And look, rest in power to both of these horses. But in 1996, it just shouldn't have been a thing. Meanwhile, Macho Man is ready to kick off the second hour, gives a promo about how he'll be out shortly. Has been like a psychiatrist and, diagnosed him with OCD. One cool dude.
OCD, one cool dude.
Not sure that's an actual medical diagnosis, but if Macho's saying it, I'll understand.
I'm sorry. Did you go to medical school?
You're right. Nope, I did not go to the Savage Medical School.
Yeah,
You're right.
I don't. So you can sit there and you can run your mealy mouth with your beady eyes, but you don't know. You're not a doctor. You're no Isaac Yankum. I'll tell you that.
I'm not. I'm also not a doctor of thugonomics.
Not with that attitude, you're not.
Randy Savage, as promised, joins us to kick off the second hour, and thankfully it can't be much worse than the first hour. He chases Bobby Heenan around while poor Bobby tries to join the commentary team. That was good stuff, man. Anytime Bobby was involved with something off the desk, it was great. It was just good stuff. Yeah,
Bobby knew how to entertain people. He knew what the people wanted.
Yeah, absolutely. And here we go, man. Randy Savage versus Ric Flair. Bro, this was like, I actually have this as a nomination for a match of the year. This was good soup, dude. This went 13 minutes. Savage was just on his A game tonight. Except, the finish wasn't, what I really wanted, because I hate anytime that there's, interference with a great match like this. But dude, man, the crowd was hyped for this one the whole way through.
It's disappointing that this was just kind of given to us on free TV, considering how like this feud has been going on forever.
Yeah.
And like you kind of just have a blow off here on Raw with 10 pounds of interference.
Yeah.
It's disappointing, but I guess if you look at it on a bonus aspect of it, it does put the Horseman over as like powerful, especially with Mongo. Yeah. Here comes, holy shit, here comes Mongo, with the fucking Halliburton briefcase just laying waste. And, I give Mongo a lot of shit, mainly for like his in-ring ability, because it seemed as though he hit one level and then that was kind of it.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, like, when he was with the Horseman, he looked the part with the Horseman. That dude, he looked slick.
Yeah.
Like with the like the black slacks and the tight black t-shirt, like the fucking necklace, like the shades on all the time. Like he looked the part for a Horseman.
No doubt, dude. I mean, no doubt in my mind. We get the Halliburton of Doom at the end. Puts Flair on top of a knocked out Randy Savage for the pin. Again, just in terms of 96, would be in my top 5 probably in terms of singles matches. And I know it was on free television, which made me like it even better. But again, I agree with George. This is the kind of match that should have been at the next pay-per-view. Yeah. Build that up. But again, I'm not the next pay-per-view because obviously Savage is a big deal in the next pay-per-view, but maybe save this for the month after.
Or what they could have done, what they should have done was had this match on the previous night on the Great American Bash. Instead of having the tag match with Kevin Green and Mongo turning, you could have just done that. You could have done that on Nitro on free TV. When you were still on when you were still an hour and competing with the other show. You could have done that and really driven a rating.
Yeah.
And then you have the Flair and Mach Blah for Great American Bash. Yeah.
Yep. But whatever. This company is what it is. I mean, at least we know this after this match that Glacier is totally coming, you guys. He's totally
not only he is guaranteed to show up in July.
Exactly.
There's no way he's not going to show up in July. A precisely 0% chance of Glacier actually showing up in September and not July.
Right. All right, let's get to the next thing. I just lost my spot. What the hell?
I mean, who was going to give a shit about Glacier anyway with the NWO?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, Glacier, though, should have been the number 1 babyface in the world, brother. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So, Cruiserweight title is up next. Dean Malenko versus Rey Mysterio. Dude, I loved watching Dean Malenko in 96 and 97. And anything with Rey. It was just spectacular, man. This match went 8 minutes and 45 seconds. Dude, what did you think of this one? This was just awesome.
Anytime they get together. Anytime. It's a fucking 12-star. I can't even rate it. It's too fucking good. When you see Malenko and Mysterio in the ring together, these guys are roughly around the same height. So, you forget that they're smaller than everybody else.
Right.
Malenko's only, maybe 5'8", and Rey, we know, is 5'5". Mm-hmm. But, I watched Malenko do a power bomb on Rey that made my back hurt.
Oh, you're so right.
It was a snap, stiffest power bomb. It's Rey's a kid.
Dude, you're so right.
And it's they had to have looked at this and been shit, this is getting a great reaction. No wonder the cruiserweights jumped off when you got these guys going.
Mm-hmm. Dude, whenever Dean Malenko wrestled Rey, he laid his shit in. Dude,
it was almost all right, we're gonna make this kid pay his dues.
Dude, it looked devastating on Rey. It really did.
Yeah. But Rey also sold his ass off.
Oh, Rey was awesome, dude.
He made Malenko look like he was 7 foot tall, taking some of those bumps.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right, main event time for WCW Monday Nitro: The Giant versus Scott Steiner. Woo! Dave Meltzer mentions in the Observer here that the current plan is to run Giant versus Hogan for the title at Hog Wild. So, that's where, they were going before the heel turn even happened for Hogan. So Meltzer called that one there. But still, we get during this match here. The match was just so boring and it killed the crowd. Unfortunately, the crowd was dead. A suplex and Giant puts him on the floor, grabs a wooden chair. Coming back in the ring, he misses a charge, and Scott gets a mind-blowing backdrop suplex on the Giant that actually woke the crowd up from a slumber. Yeah. Steiner grabs the chair and breaks it on Giant's back. He ignores it and chokeslams Scott to finish him off at 8 minutes and 15 seconds. Terrible matchup until the very end. The finish was pretty decent, but man,
in my opinion, what I would have done was swap this and the Flair
Randy Savage
match.
and Flair.
Yeah,
no doubt. My next sentence was why was this the main event in Richmond, Virginia over Savage and Flair?
I mean,
Come on.
at this point, they've already got the crowd. Like, no one's watching.
They got the
Raw
crowd,
anyway.
yeah.
Like, you've got the TV crowd, so they can air whatever they want at this point. No one's switching. There's nothing they're going to watch on the other channel. And I know what the main event is at the same time on the other channel. Nobody was giving a shit about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should have no business being the fucking main event, but here it was.
Agreed. Mean Gene announces the 3 men who will face the Outsiders at Bash at the Beach was Lex Luger, Sting, and Randy Savage. I actually think this was...
I don't know who's going to beat that trio.
I don't know, man. I actually thought this was a really good show. It was made even better by the debut of Joe Gomez, but George, I thought this was actually a pretty decent Nitro.
It was. It felt like a coherent show.
It really did. I totally agree. Totally agree. And look, I mean, it's going to be hard for Raw in this era to beat Nitro, especially with the star power that Nitro is just carrying every single week. But let's try. Let's go over to Monday Night Raw here. It is, the 4th week in a row of taping shows in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So, it's not Richmond, Virginia, but it's Fayetteville, North Carolina.
No. You didn't get Flair's permission to stay there this long, I'll tell you that.
That's correct. You're right. Your hosts are Vinnie Mac and Jerry the King Lawler. Opening match here. We're seeing it again. King of the Ring quarterfinal. We're seeing Steve Austin versus Savio Vega again.
I'll watch it every time. I don't even care.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't think I needed it on a 1-hour show to go 10 minutes, but nonetheless, it was what it was. Vince is just wild during this opening match for those who were able to hear it. He's talking about Austin, being just a cheap shot artist, but also compliments him as a worker. He's mixing it up in a roughhouse fashion.
He's glazing them pretty hard.
He is. Savio returns fire on the leg while Vince tells us to expect the unexpected tonight.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, and then he gives away the big developments as an on-screen graphic. Like, wouldn't you maybe want to keep Brian Pillman's debut a surprise? Like, this show did a horrendous rating. In fact, it probably saved Kevin Sullivan's job as a booker because Nitro won by such a massive margin.
Yeah.
But dear God, man, stop just giving it away. But it is whatever. But we get to the end here. Austin suddenly out of nowhere, ladies and gentlemen, debuts. There is a big deal on this show. It is the debut of the Stone Cold Stunner out of nowhere, getting the pin at 10 minutes. Vince obviously not knowing that the business had just changed forever on this shitty television show, doesn't even give the move a name and immediately just moves on to a recap of Undertaker versus Mankind. George, the debut of the Stone Cold Stunner, do you think it had anything to do with the growing massive popularity of the Diamond Cutter?
Well, probably.
Yeah.
Probably, but they also probably wanted to give him something that wasn't the fucking $1 million dream. So something probably a little more in tune with his style. And honestly, I can't picture Steve Austin doing another move.
No, I don't. I agree. That stupid $1 million dream was never, ever Austin.
Yeah, it was never going to work. And, they got lucky with, Johnny A. Spector. Hey, kid, I got a move I want you to try. And I mean, that first stunner, it was chunky, it was clunky, it was low energy and out of focus. But pretty soon, that is going to be that move is going to get some of the biggest pops you've ever fucking heard.
No doubt.
And it's going to get a hit on everybody.
Yep, even
here's
the chairman.
But here's the thing, though. You mentioned the Diamond Cutter.
Yeah.
DDP, I mean, he's slowly getting over with the Diamond Cutter, but he's still not at that point. Austin's about to win the King of the Ring.
Yeah. Yeah.
That stunner is about to become, it's funny because those two moves are basically, they get the same reaction for both company. Like you get that massive pop for the diamond cutter, you get that massive pop for the stunner.
Yeah, absolutely.
The difference was DDP didn't have a lot of promos with a lot of non-wrestlers.
Right.
He barely had many promos at all, honestly. There was a lot of matches. Austin, he would have, he would cut a promo in a ring with Vince, and you wouldn't know if he's going to hit the stunner or not. He's cutting a promo with, or he's talking to Jim Ross. You don't know what he's going to do because he's so unpredictable.
Correct. No doubt.
So what he needed was that move to just kind of pop out of nowhere that he can do because he's so unpredictable. And like the cutter is the perfect move that you can do that with.
Absolutely.
Aside from maybe a super kick, but Steve Austin ain't raising his leg. You can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, no doubt. No, that's not
Steve Austin ain't tuning up the band.
No. All right, we get to the next match here. Definitely not as good as the opener here. King of the Ring quarterfinal. Mark Marrow versus Owen Hart. Steve Austin is here on commentary. Now he's getting an opportunity to really show some of that personality on the show. So, we get to the end here. After a commercial break, Owen's in control with the Boston Crab while Marrow makes wild man faces into the camera. I'm like, at this point, just shoot this taping and put it out of its misery. Owen hits a perfect plex for 2, but a flying splash misses. And Marrow makes a comeback and finishes with a roll-up. This match went 11 and a half minutes. Definitely not Owen Hart's best, but I'm not sure I can pin this one on Owen Hart. George, what was your thoughts? No chemistry.
If that's what it felt like. It felt like this was the first time that they met each other and they're going to do a thing. It's so weird because we look at the names Mark Marrow and Owen Hart and expect this to be match of the night.
For sure.
Like across the board. But then like the execution, it's like, damn.
Yeah.
Like barely produced. I feel like whoever produced the match did nothing to highlight the strengths from either of these guys.
Agreed.
And just had them go out and just try to do something on the fly.
I totally agree. All right. Moving on here, Vince cuts to British Bulldog doing an interview at a live event, which is supposedly going on at the same time of this show. Bulldog talks some smack, and Sean runs out for a brawl, and then they just go right back. Meanwhile, on the Superstar,
I don't give a frog's fat ass where Shawn Michaels is. Shut up. Why the fuck are you even cutting promos?
I agree, man. You have Cornette. Just let him talk.
That's literally what his job is to do.
That's it. Exactly. Meanwhile, on the Superstar Hotline, who are the 5 new superstars coming to the WWF? I can give you all the answers. It's TL Hopper, it's Alex Porteau, Freddie Joe Floyd, the Goon, and the all-time great Sal Sincere.
Man, way to just fucking spoil it like that.
I'm so sorry. I know. I should have saved it for a pay-per-view. My bad.
Man, none of those guys went on to do anything.
Nothing. They're just a joke at this point.
With the exception of Freddie Joe Floyd in ECW because he was Tracy Smothers.
Ah, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Jerry Lawler attacks Aldo Montoya, thus robbing us of a match against Triple H. And then after he already pile drives and beats him up, Jake Roberts comes out for the save. It took Jake about 5 minutes to get there.
It took him, it would have took him 4, but he had to finish that beer.
Yeah, and this is just crazy to think about as we get to this next segment here. So just bear with me, everyone. Brian Pillman makes his WWF debut, signing his contract at WWF headquarters in Stamford just days after nearly dying in a car accident that basically ended his career as we knew it. He actually had to be pulled out of the hospital with like a high fever in order to film it. But, Pillman gives a tearful thank you for the opportunity. I mean, he had just signed WWF and he suffers an injury, which is his ankle, and he was just never the same again. His career was just done.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, it just never healed right.
Nope.
And he couldn't do the moves that he was known for. Like he could no longer be Flying Brian Pillman. He basically had to be like a mat wrestler.
Yeah. That's it,
Which,
and that's not what he was.
Yeah, it wasn't what it was, but I guess good on them for trying to like put him with the Heart Foundation to kind of hide what he could and couldn't do.
Yeah.
Yep. But I mean, it's and Pillman is one of those guys that like I really wonder what he could have been in the Attitude Era, in the Ruthless Aggression Era.
Oh my gosh!
Like,
yeah,
there's no way like he couldn't have.
He was custom made for the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So we get to our Monday Night Raw main event here, ladies and gentlemen, and it's Jake the Snake Roberts versus Goldust. All right, so Harvey Whippleman is now suddenly a referee, and the payoff of that storyline where he was taking notes at ringside, that one got forgotten almost just as fast. Goldust runs away literally for the first 2.5 minutes of the match, while Jake does an inset promo promising to help the new generation not to make the same mistakes he did. Well, that sure didn't turn out that way, did it? In fact, Jake ended up doing even more drugs over the next 20 years. Shout out to Jake. He seems to be doing much better right now.
Shout out to DDP.
Oh, God, yeah. Goldust tries to fondle him and then continues his regimen of running away and stalling. Finally, he suckers Jake into the post while we got a bizarre bit on commentary with Jerry Lawler spoiling the plot of Mission Impossible. And I'm like, I wrote this down, like, what the hell is this about?
Just ruining everything for everybody.
That's ridiculous. Jake, well, he's figuring, no one watches our show anyway.
He's such a heel. He'll do anything to get a boo.
That's right.
He's working the crowd, brother.
Jake comes back and slugs away, and finally we cut away to Mr. Perfect, who has the scoop on the guest referee for Shawn versus Bulldog. But first, he wants to watch the end of this match.
What a fucking calamity. Nobody wants to watch the end of this match.
Yeah, not I. I'll tell you that.
You're a better man than me, Kurt Hennig.
Yeah, very much so. That check must look pretty good. Jake comes back with the short clothesline, but Marlena gives Goldust a handful of glitter as he blinds poor Jake with it and pins him at 13 minutes and 35 seconds. And the old Rip Taylor finish. However, justice prevails as Harvey sees the sparkles on Jake's face and reverses the decision. Even better. Minus 10 stars, bro. Like, this is the main event of a Monday Night Raw.
Who produced and booked this shit?
Who booked this shit?
Who thought this whole match was a fucking good idea?
Oh, man.
This should have opened the show. Austin and Vegas should have closed it.
Just absolutely.
Who's the fourth person that's in the King of the Ring? Is it Ahmed?
I think it's Ahmed.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think it is. No, I think you're right. Yeah, I think it is Ahmed. I'm done. Yeah, I'm just done with this episode. Meanwhile, Jim Cornette announces
everybody's just done with everything WWF related this week.
Jim Cornette announces that the special referee is Mr. Perfect.
You love to
that is how we get off the air. George, I know we've probably said this quite often, but I think start to finish, this was probably one of the worst Raws ever.
This was one of the worst put together Raws.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Not even like bad show, but like a poorly edited, produced, like bad from top to finish, from bottom.
Agreed, no doubt.
It was. It's like I'm watching this. I'm like, why? Like this shit. It doesn't even feel like a coherent episode of Raw, like at all.
Nope. This must have been the last round of tapings. Let's just get the hell out of here.
It has to be because the King of the Ring is the next event.
So that wraps up the Monday Night Wars of June 17th, 1996. Monday Nitro destroys Monday Night Raw 3.5 to a 2.0. That was like a Ruthless Aggression Monday Night Raw on a TNA type like rating destruction.
That was like a SmackDown in 2000 against Thunder in 2000. Right?
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah. But But like I told everyone, like a couple weeks ago, actually less than a month prior to this, the WWF had a 3.5 rating. And I said that WWF does not see another 3 rating until, let me see, we're in June, until May 19th of 1997. So that's how long it's
Almost
going to take. Yeah, almost a legitimately full year. Just crazy to think that where WWF is going to be. And May of 97, I mean, the product was hot. I mean, WWF was good soup by summer of 97. So that's interesting, but that's how hot Monday Nitro was.
Do you want to know what the main event of that show is?
Go ahead.
Steve Austin defeating Jim Neidhart.
Oh my God. All right.
I mean, there were
It's Austin in 97, so the crowd, that's all the crowd cares about.
You mean they don't care about Scott Taylor and Leif Cassidy? Because I do.
Of course we do. We care about the lovable losers.
There were a couple dark matches, though, that were fucking stellar just on paper. Austin in the LOD against Pillman, Owen, and Bulldog.
Damn.
And Taker defending the title against Mankind.
Shit. Not too shabby, man.
At least the live crowd got to eat good.
Yeah, that live crowd, they got their money's worth, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, George, I'm sure, I don't even know why I'm asking you, but we do it anyway. What show took the cake this week?
It was Nitro from top to bottom.
Yeah. That was actually a decent Nitro.
Even with their missteps, it didn't.
Yeah.
It honestly didn't matter.
I agree. Totally agree, man.
But that's probably, and unfortunately, that's really how it's going to be probably for the remainder of 96 at the very least. Is it's just going to be, it's going to be a shellacking to the point that the bad shit Nitro does isn't gonna matter.
Doesn't phase one bit of the rating for them. It's crazy. Nope. All right, George, what do you got going on, man, with the Multiverse Movie Podcast?
Well, we just recorded episode today that went up was another episode of Tanuki Talk.
Yeah.
And this was our top 10 favorite video game franchises.
Oh,
and
this
was a fun one because you really get to hear, and Chris, you always say that our episodes are best when we're fully invested and passionate about the subject. And when we do the Tanuki Talks, the video game episodes, like that probably has the most passion behind it because we don't really get to talk video games that often.
Right.
So when we do it, it feels really good to get energized.
It's awesome. It's fresh.
And for us to just kind of go on like these franchises, you can hear in our voice like how much we love this stuff and like how much we love these games.
I can't wait.
So I mean that's a fun episode. We just put that up today. We are going to take next week off for Multiverse. We just need a week off. I have to start prepping for the next round or for the next episode of Multiverse Madness. Because whereas we usually do 32 seeds, I decided to get on my high horse and do 64 seeds. So
jeez,
all I really did was make more work for myself. So, an average work day with me. All I'm doing is more things to keep myself busy. But that's going to be coming up in September. We got a lot of stuff coming up.
All I care about is the 666 weeks of horror.
Chris, I'm already thinking up ideas for the design for this year. Every year I make a new picture for the 66 weeks of horror, like a new logo for us to use for the season. And every year I come up with a banger. Usually just me kind of throwing stuff on the fly and seeing what I can do.
Yep.
And this year, since I don't want to lean on it. But if I can use it for inspiration, I do got Chat GPT I can look at this year.
Oh, that'll help. You have to.
But,
that
helps. But I've done the last 5 without it, so I think I'm pretty safe. It's just a matter of finding the right theme, what we're gonna do. Either way, my favorite time of year is coming up. Your favorite time of year is coming up.
Yep. Yep, I love it. Cannot wait for all that, man. Just a great podcast. So definitely check them out. Multiverse Movie Podcast. Just a show update for us. We're going to have a show next week. However, the following week, the week of August 25th, there will be no show. I will be on vacation. So there will be no show the week of August 25th. That means in 2 weeks from now, there will not be a show. Next week, normal Wednesday or Thursday. There'll be a brand new live stream here of the Hot Tag Wrestling Show. I'll be gone from the 24th to the 31st. So don't bother me, anybody. And then I'll be right back here the first week of September. And same as always.
I'm going to bother you.
You son of a bitch.
I'm going to ruin your vacation.
Oh, man. All I've done is pick up my phone while I'm walking around in Florida. I'm just going to see penis, but whatever.
And not mine either.
That's going to be fun. But
strangers' flacids.
That's going to be good. All right, everyone. Thank you so very much. If you're watching on YouTube, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for notifications when we go live each week. If you watch us anywhere else on Twitter or X or on Facebook, thank you very much. We really do greatly appreciate. We love doing this show for you each and every week. So in that case, we'll see you next week. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their own week here. It's basically the last 2 weeks of summer. And we'll catch you all down the road. Have a great rest of your week, everybody. Bye-bye.